In 2008, this company was losing over $6 million a day. Its stock price had plummeted by 42%. To the outside world, it looked like the end of an era. The third place, the cozy sanctuary between work and home, had become a fast food assembly line that smelled more like burnt cheese than roasted beans. One internal memo leaked to the press called it the watering down of the brand. Not because the coffee was bad, but because of one decision, choosing efficiency over soul. This is the story of Starbucks, how it rose from a single shop in Seattle, how it nearly collapsed under its own weight, and the ruthless strategy it used to conquer the world. This isn't just about coffee, it's about business, human psychology, and the thin line between a global empire and a cautionary tale. What is Starbucks? If you say a coffee shop, you're wrong. Starbucks is a real estate and tech company that happens to sell caffeine. They solved a problem Americans didn't know they had, the lack of a third place. It wasn't for the elite, and it wasn't for the blue-collar worker. It was for the aspirational class. For $5, you could feel like you belonged to something premium. 1971. Pike Place Market, Seattle. It started with 3 partners who didn't even sell brewed coffee. They sold beans. Then came Howard Schultz. He went to Italy, saw the espresso bars, and had a vision. At the time, no one believed Americans would pay for premium coffee. They were used to 50-cent brown water at diners. But Schultz saw something else, a community. By the 90s, Starbucks was a virus, in a good way. They opened a store every business day. They became a cultural icon. Investors couldn't get enough. Success, however, creates blind spots. When you're growing at 20% a year, you stop looking at the cracks in the foundation. The cracks appeared in 2007. Competition from McDonald's and Dunkin's squeezed the bottom, while boutique third-wave shops squeezed the top. Then the 2008 recession hit. Suddenly, a $5 latte wasn't a necessity anymore. But the real problem was internal. They had automated the machines, hidden the baristas behind tall counters, and lost the aroma. Starbucks had become a factory. Strategic, oversaturation, opening stores across the street from each other. Leadership, Schultz stepped down and the professional managers focused on spreadsheets instead of the romance of coffee. Financial, taking on massive debt to fund rapid expansion right before a global meltdown. Schultz returned as CEO in 2008. He did the unthinkable. He closed 7,100 stores for one afternoon to retrain every single barista on how to pull a perfect shot. They didn't pivot away from coffee. They doubled down on the experience. They also launched the Starbucks app, which today holds more cash than many small banks. The comeback worked. The stock rebounded. They expanded into China at a record pace. But success in 2026 looks different. Today, 70% of their business is mobile orders and drive-thrus. The third place is becoming a digital place. Is that a win or a new type of failure? Lesson 1. Brand equity is fragile. Efficiency kills the vibe if you aren't careful. Lesson 2. Adaptability greater than loyalty. Starbucks survived because they embraced the smartphone before their competitors did. As Warren Buffett says, It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. Starbucks spent 20 years building a sanctuary and nearly ruined it by trying to be a fast food joint. They followed the innovator's dilemma, failing to change until the crisis forced their hand. For business owners, watch your aroma. What is the one thing your customers love that you're currently sacrificing for profit? For beginners, understand that even giants bleed. Don't fear the competition, fear your own complacency. In business, failure isn't always about being bad. Sometimes it's about being too confident in yesterday's success. Starbucks survived 2008, but the question remains, can they survive a world that just wants coffee delivered to their door in 2 minutes? If you enjoy real business stories without the hype, subscribe to Built, Broken, Rebuilt, because the market always tells the truth. See you in the next one.